everybody.
Good morning. Welcome back.
I know.
Hoping everybody had a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Weather was nice. Well done, Sprinkle.
Yeah, how has it been?
Well
Of course, yeah.
You know, you've been on a trend of making the weekends really
Weekend
pretty.
was okay. I mean, it's kind of cold in the morning, but in the afternoon,
Yeah,
it's
but it
just
was-
perfect.
As we always say, I can
Saturday
take the
weekend.
cool
Yes.
if the sun's out.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And this weekend,
Yeah.
More sun.
clocks ahead an hour, daylight saving time comes back.
I like the
More
fact that
sunlight.
it's 8:01 on a
Yes.
Monday, and we are already looking forward to the weekend. There's nothing
Ruby's
wrong
not
with
even
it.
here
Although,
to push us ahead.
It means it's darker longer in the morning. Because
Right, because we get,
clocks advance.
which in a
hour.
way
That
doesn't
doesn't
help
really
us.
Yeah, but that doesn't really impact us.
No,
because
no.
we don't-
I know.
Because we're
here.
in the studio.
I still prefer it though, I guess for like the weekends you get longer, you know,
Sure,
evenings
absolutely.
of sun.
Absolutely.
So it's a big day today, a big day tomorrow. I was looking at this week and it's going to be a busy week.
on?
We
So
have
Tuesday.
the president in town
Yeah.
tonight, so
People are already lined up.
yeah.
You know
I
what
was
this
like at
reminds
4
me
something
of?
this morning.
I was flashing back way back in time, and for whatever reason, because
far
I was in radio doing we call them remotes, but a live shot at it was called the Coliseum. Then
Yeah.
people lined up to see Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, people do this.
It
for,
reminded me
yeah.
so much of that.
Yeah, I mean, kudos
Yeah,
to the
camping
president.
out, yeah, you know.
for being able to get crowds like
That's-
this.
Yeah, if you missed Wake Up Charlotte earlier, even at 5 a.m., Richard's there, and there was music playing, people
They're
hitting
having a
line.
parade.
Yeah.
Camping out overnight, and we're still 12 hours out.
They lucked out because tomorrow, if they did it, they'd be pouring down rain on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Well, they might not be out there if they did it. They'd be like, President, we like you, but we
Yeah.
don't want to be out in the rain for
He's
you.
gotten lucky coming to Charlotte the last couple
Oh, I
times
know,
and just
yeah.
barely missing the weather.
So the interesting thing is he's coming here, of course, the day before our big primary here in North Carolina and in a number of other states. And he's done this now a few times, and it's probably smart politically because he did this in South Carolina too, on Friday before their primary, and I think did it in New Hampshire, did the same sort of thing. And it's smart.
He's running for
wants to
office
make,
again.
He
so-
wants to make sure the
yeah.
news cycle doesn't go on without him, which makes sense from a campaign
I
standpoint.
think the
Yeah.
capacity there's about 11,000. It'll be interesting to see if it's standing room only tonight.
Yeah.
By the looks of people being out there at, you know, the 4 a.m. hour. But yeah, so that's tonight. I know that they were talking about traffic getting worse around like 5:45 to
Yeah, between
8:45.
4 and 8 o'clock, traffic's supposed to be the worst, which of course is at the peak of
hour.
evening rush hour.
That's
So,
what, if the president goes anywhere, it just shuts. It doesn't
Shuts
matter
down
who the
everything,
president.
yeah.
It has nothing political.
No.
It's just they go somewhere, the traffic is shut down.
so
and
think
you
about
are
it, like
trapped.
Bojangles over Independence Boulevard. So
Yes.
I mean, you know that, and of course that probably means
Yeah.
277. And then
Take Monroe Road home today. Central Avenue.
Yeah, and then over, of course, near the airport.
I know they have like the moving barricade, but but Independence Boulevard's going to be closed down at some point close to 7
Take
a.m.
Monroe or,
Yeah.
or Central Avenue to Parallel.
You'll avoid.
You'll avoid
Which
some of it.
you guys know Independence Boulevard is always a mess in the evening, so you can only imagine what it'll be like tonight. So,
Yeah.
wow.
Kind of giving a little wrap up from the weekend. Joe Biden won really
Yeah.
big in South
He got
Carolina.
nearly 50% of the vote.
Yeah.
When you think about how many of them were on the ballot, and he got nearly 50% of the vote.
He desperately needed that.
Yeah, he did.
And we too have already bailed out now. So,
I
Yeah.
know.
and that probably did it.
Some people were a little shocked that Pete Buttigieg kind of dropped out Sunday. I made that announcement last night in Indiana.
I saw something on Twitter. Somebody posted, for anybody who thinks this was easy for Pete Buttigieg to do, let me show you pictures from the last 3 rallies he held. And these were all huge rallies with like thousands of people. And it does make you realize that as an individual, you have to say, okay, despite these rallies of thousands of people, I've got about what? I've got about what? But if the math is not there, the math is not
No.
there, you know?
And
I
it's so
think-
expensive. He just doesn't have the
Yeah.
finances behind it. It's amazing.
So many people said that he was just the strongest in the debates, though. Like, he's so well spoken, gave great points.
He is a well-spoken
Super
guy.
articulate.
You know what? I give this another 4 years from now, another 8 years from now.
Yeah, a
Let's
lot.
get back again.
That's what a lot of
He's
people are
young
saying.
guy.
It's like, what's going
Yeah.
to happen with him going in the future? Because I mean, I think I saw something yesterday. He could run in 2060 and still not be the same age as Bernie Sanders.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
yeah,
You could have a lifetime in politics.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got a lot to do, whether it's a Senate seat or a cabinet post, or I mean, there's
I was going to say he needs to, go up in the ranks, run for Senate,
yeah.
run for governor.
Yeah.
Do you think that anyone's going to announce that he'll be the running mate?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think given the Democratic Party and the demographics, whoever it is, assuming if it's Bernie or Biden or even Elizabeth Warren, you need to have a person of color. You really do. There's the Democratic Party. I feel like today, I don't think it would be smart for the Democratic Party to have 2 men or 2 white folks, or because that's just not the basis of the party. I mean, the party, they say the backbone of the Democratic Party is women of color.
All right, here's a pose this question to you. Who are those possible candidates for vice
Something
president?
to start thinking about.
Kamala Harris.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
Kamala Harris
I forget about Kamala Harris.
and Stacey Abrams, who ran for governor in Georgia, and has openly said that she would consider.
Was it Sanders or Biden that Kamala was close with? I felt like I saw her with one of them.
Remember, like her most famous part of the whole campaign when she ran was calling out Joe Biden in that first debate, and that's when she had her most momentum. So, I mean, but this happens all the time in politics.
It does not matter at all.
And they can quickly become best friends.
Yes, they can. That happens many times.
So I would say those 2 are probably near the top of the list of potential VPs. But
a lot of people were chanting 2024 at his, thank you speech last night in Indiana.
It's going to be interesting to see in the next 24 hours if he endorses someone, because I mean, right now,
that'd be a major endorsement.
Yeah, right now, and it matters because Bernie and Biden are just a few apart when it comes to their delegates right now. And you go into some of these states, and you take, even if he had, say, 5% of the vote or 10% of the vote, if a fraction of those people go with, say, Biden, that could be huge. I mean, that could be thousands of people.
How many states are in Super Tuesday?
Technically, there's 14 states, but then there's also Democrats abroad who get to vote tomorrow, and America Samoa. So there's 16 contests, 14 states.
Okay.
Interesting.
So if he does endorse somebody, I mean, it could certainly help.
Which a lot of people did say that it was respectable that he dropped out when he did, looking at other people like Klobuchar, Warren even, that were in the talks, and saying that he was doing it for the party,
Yeah, which is huge, because, I mean, let me tell you, this is not a knock on Pete or anybody. I mean, it's any politician at this level. Your sense of ego and pride is so enormous.
And hope for your own campaign.
And understandably so. And of course, you have campaign workers who've been working, busting their butts for you over the last year. And so it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Imagine if you're a multi-billionaire and you drop out. You talk about somebody's ego deflated.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, I mean, that's another sort of storyline of tomorrow is how Bloomberg does tomorrow, because tomorrow will be his first test, maybe his last test.
I'm talking about the Democrat billionaire. Well, the other billionaire.
Tom Steyer. Yeah.
Because he dropped out too.
Yeah.
And did you see the little dance he was doing?
Yes, he did.
Funky little number.
It was a hip hop song. I could probably
that took him over the top right there.
I could probably say it on Facebook, but I'm not going to. Back that thing up. That's what I'll say. Is what he was dancing to. It was rather humorous.
Abby, it just commented that she's here and it's awesome. So I wonder if she's at Bojangles, if she's just commenting.
Oh, wow.
Let us know if you are. Maria says she's watching from Uganda. So special shout out to her.
Wow, Maria.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible. This morning, obviously, we hit on the coronavirus, a couple different angles with South Carolina Governor McMaster speaking soon about how they're protecting everybody, what they're doing. But also, if you haven't seen, the National College Players Association put out this pretty lengthy statement, basically saying that the NCAA and any colleges participating in the upcoming March Madness tournament should be taking this really seriously, the concerns of the coronavirus with people traveling, players on buses, on planes to go to the games and the tournaments, not only to just sanitize the buses, sanitize the planes, but to have a serious conversation about whether or not people should be allowed to go to the games and be in the stands.
Can you imagine the monetary value of that? Of how that would affect?
Can you imagine? No, I can't.
All these colleges and just business in general, because that is multi-millions of dollars that would go away basically.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, those poor players. You said in the show, and I think you're right. They'd have to pipe in some audience cheers or something, just because.
Have they ever played a silent game?
Arena? I mean, it's amazing. Have you ever been in we all have at some point been in a big coliseum when it's dead quiet. It is bizarre.
It'd be eerie.
I mean,
wonder.
I know they practice without noise, but that's practice.
I mean, I don't even think that it would just have an effect on the people that go to these games, because I don't necessarily go, but I fill out my bracket and get excited about it. But I think it would affect that viewer too.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be watching the
viewership
games.
would be bigger than ever, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Numbers of the TV networks would love it.
Bloomberg would put in an ad.
I think, honestly, though, I do think this is where the rubber meets the road, and how serious are we taking this as a country? And because if it's as dangerous as they say it is, if it's as viral as they say it is, as in, like, contagious, if you have people canceling vacations and you have,
Right.
people staying home from work, so they, because they might be contagious.
Can I just say something about this whole situation? Because we've been talking for years about terrorism and how we're all afraid of it, what it can do to paralyze the country. This is the biggest terrorist threat in a weird kind of way ever. I mean, it's not like a group doing it.
No,
but it is a terrorism. It's a type of threat to the world.
Yeah.
It's paralyzing the world almost. And to me, that's the biggest type of terrorism right there. And what you can't call it's not domestic. It's not. It's just by chance. But it is a terror.
Yeah.
To all of us.
Yeah, it's definitely freaking people out.
Also says if somebody could weaponize it.
Yes.
The harm that you could do.
Not to say, one of the biggest biochemical plants, plants there in China is in Wuhan, and they're saying that it may have been an accidentally released. It was not some kind of bat or animal or snake or anything. That may have been, and not say bioterrorism, but it may have been accident release. And we don't know the half of it, and probably never will, and we don't know how many people actually have been infected or even passed away.
Yeah.
In China.
I saw some
pretty secretive over there.
on Face the Nation yesterday, CBS political program. They had an expert on who said that at this point, there are probably thousands of people in the U.S. who have it. They don't realize it.
We're carriers.
And don't realize it. Might have a mild case, might just think they have the sniffles or might think they have a cold. But that at this point, because they're now estimating that it's probably been here for about 6 weeks.
Isn't that crazy?
And the way these things move across communities, that could very well be thousands of people that already have this thing.
Symptomatically, it's like flu. So how would you know the difference, really?
You wouldn't think anything about it. I
saw
the Today Show started off saying this morning that Hoda wasn't there because she has the flu, and it's like,
I saw something that said, obviously we've talked about washing your hands being the biggest thing that you can do personally to keep yourself healthy, but I read that a good test too is every time you wake up in the morning, let's just say, every morning do this. You hold your breath for 10 seconds and see if you're able to, and that can determine the health of your lungs.
oh,
Without like coughing or wheezing, just, and hold it. And that can tell you, the health of your lungs, basically, because that's one of the symptoms that
forcing
is
you to be
noted.
more mindful of it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
So we'll see if anything happens. I haven't seen anything from the NCAA responding to that, but obviously I'm sure they're going to at least say that we're going to make sure we're doing everything possible to keep everybody
When's the first game?
healthy. I don't.
A couple weeks away, right?
Yeah. Let me look. Over on our social media that you're seeing on the screen, everybody was commenting. They were like, "This has got to be a joke." But the people that voted on our survey were more split.
Oh, like you mean reducing not having any fans?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so much money. You just think of the millions of dollars.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, I'm looking up when the first game is. Selection Sunday is March 15th. The first 4 is Tuesday and Wednesday, March 17th to 18th. So, I mean, we're not that far away.
Beware the Ides of March.
I get really excited for March Madness, too, so we'll see. That was interesting to me.
A very quiet Coliseum.
Be eerie.
It's so weird that happened.
All right, before we go, apparently there are these topics that people tune you out within 3 minutes, which I thought was long.
Yeah, I did too. I thought the same thing.
I was like, I thought that, the attention span of an average person is less than that.
Yeah.
But if you start talking about things like your golf game, gossiping or celebrity talk,
Everybody gets this glaze.
they get the glaze on your eyes.
Yeah, the survey said evidently that your golf game is one to put people to sleep. Celebrity gossip.
Vegan diet.
And Larry.
I'm not talking about it.
And you really don't. You never bring it up.
No, you don't.
and then fashion trends was another one.
Yeah.
That people just don't want to hear about it. It's funny because you can see all of those things, and you've been in conversations with people about those things, and you've probably been guilty yourself of some of those things, and then you don't realize it, and you realize the people.
Hey,
you're
I tell you
talking
guys this weekend, wow, it was so beautiful. I was playing out there. No,
Yeah.
Got a birdie.
not gonna do it. Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see golf. I'm trying to think personally, like when do I, have this glaze? I almost feel like it's when someone gets on a tangent. Like you had me in the beginning if it was back and forth, but then if you just start like going away into your own world, talking
Yeah.
about all this stuff, you lose me.
I will say in the newsroom, when you all start talking about reality TV,
What do you mean, like The Bachelor? You don't listen to that?
that or what Love is Blind is the one that's currently on.
Oh, I just watched that.
I know, exactly. That's
I
when
just started watching that last
I'm with you.
night.
You start going, all right, I gotta go.
And
I'll go talk to
mean,
Ruby
like,
and Carolyn about that.
When I said in the newsroom, I literally am surrounded by women. Like there's
Oh,
like
poor
You are, man. That whole area for the morning
literally.
show.
And I'm fine until you guys start talking about reality TV, and I'm like, oh God.
You know what's funny is you are good at tuning it out because I'll say something sometimes and then I have to be like, Ben, you're like, oh, what's up? Like you
Yeah,
weren't
I do.
even hearing.
I totally tune out. I mean,
Sometimes you have your headphones
I
in.
have to, like, for my sanity.
Yeah, same. You sitting over there next to me, I have to just really.
Yeah, right. No, it's like, oh, gosh.
If you think about it, in that newsroom, it's predominantly female.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Think
Absolutely.
percentage-wise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the business, it is today.
Yeah. I would
Didn't
agree
used
with
to be
too.
that way.
No, I would agree with that though. You're right.
Yeah, I'm
If
thinking
this-
about our assignment desk, our producers,
Everybody. If
reporters.
this was 30 years ago, it'd be 3 guys sitting here. It's so weird when you see like 2 guys anchoring
You just hardly ever
the
see
news.
it. Yeah.
You don't
Same
see
with 2 females, though. I guess
Well,
it's not as,
it's more common.
Today
It's
Show.
rare.
Yeah, Today Show.
Today Show.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean,
it's
as we always say, representation matters. It does.
Well, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. It's Monday, but
Only 4 days to the weekend and daylight saving time. So.
things to look ahead to. It looks pretty over uptown right now.
Sunny today, rain tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
good one.